Oh, man, that was quick. We went live quick, baby. What up, Fight World? It's the kid. It's your boy Ego. And I'm back with some more boxing. Yeah, man. We're going to talk this boxing thing, baby. You know how we do. I'm going to do a quick live stream. What up, what up? Get some thoughts out. Y'all gotta drink these kombuchas. I like them. Shout out to my dude Edwin in the mix. Kevin in the mix. What it do? Man, you know what's crazy? I just made a video about this CANELO Triple G, and it's still uploaded. But on my live stream, we're gonna talk about it on the spot before the video is even done. Uploaded. You know we working. What up, slime? We working. Don't think y'all just gonna come in and not smash that like button. Smash the like button. Whether you're a supporter, you're a hater, smash that like button, because you can't stop this. You can't stop God's work. You can't stop God's work, man. But you might as well join the squad. Ego's army, this side, the real side. The Ego Mafia. I told you, MOB, money on top of boxing. You can't stop us. Ego army is too thick. We out here. Gang, gang. Yo, let's do a roll call, because we starting to fill in. I just want to know where y'all from. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Where y'all at? Where you from? Chirac, 312, UK, Cleveland. I took a plane out to Cleveland late last evening. San Diego, Bronxtail, Atlanta, DC, Jersey, New York City, Dallas, High Desert, California, Springfield, Mass, Denver, Colorado, Texas. And we ain't talking reckless. If you talking reckless, you be in the hot seat. And you're gonna feel that heat when we speak. ATL, Florida, 313, Detroit, Parkchester Ave, 718, East Rutherford, New Jersey, Connecticut, Seattle, Compton in the house, Fort Michelle, Alabama, San Antonio, Hollywood, Florida, Rikers, somebody in Rikers Eye, he on the island, Fort Worth, Texas, Bronx, Chi-Town, 334, Laguna Beach, UK, Long Island, STL, UK, Bmore, Philly, 314. This man calling from the Secret of Narnia or some shit. I mean, Salem, Oregon. All right, we'll do another hot seat. I mean, well, we probably will do another hot seat, but we'll do another roll call at the end. I just want to see where y'all from. Shout out to Tyler, Texas, Houston, Fort Worth. Damn, we got a lot of Texas in here, per usual. Real boxing fans. Man, get you guys a kombucha. This shit is good. But listen, slime. Shout out to the Los Angeles Times. They did a text conversation with Golden Boy president Eric Gomez. As you can see, Exhibit A. Once again, shout out Los Angeles Times. It's in the video where I talk about it. Make sure you follow them. Canelo Alvarez versus Gennady Golovkin deal. Very close. Very close. Okay. Nah, I ain't drinking no peroxide. But anyway, it says the deal's very close. Shout out to Los Angeles Times. So I'm glad, man. Cause listen, boxing needs this. New media, we push for the real shit. In my honest opinion, there's fights that I don't mind seeing at middleweight over Canelo and Triple G, or I want to see equally as bad. like Triple G versus Charlo. But guess what? I'm realistic and I understand. I understand this fight happening. Big money and the fans need a conclusion. New media, let's get it. I think that's fair. We got to get past this. People need a solid conclusion. Just like when Manny Pacquiao, I do believe Marquez, he was that. You know what I mean? When he kept fighting Marquez all them times, it's because he wasn't easily beating him like he was doing other people. So they had to clear the air. That's what Canelo and Triple G have to do. They got to clear the air so we can see what's what and get past that. Even though, like I said, you got Demetrius Andrade, you got Charlo, Billy Joe Saunders looks spectacular. This makes sense. This fight, it really does make sense. Makes big money, and it's just an asterisk by the first fight, so we got to see that. Now, I know y'all coming in to chat, and everybody's happy about the Canelo Triple G being close, but you got to hit the like button, people. Smash the like button. See, I told you, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Y'all work for me, I work for you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to dedicate more time to mixing it up, giving you guys regular content and also live streams to make that feasible and to make that possible. Y'all got to help me with the engagement. You know what I'm saying? We got to show the haters. As Ego's army gets bigger and bigger, the hate gets bigger and bigger. So we got to combat that. And we have to overall just show YouTube that it's cracking and we the mob. Money on top of boxing. So make sure you guys hit that like button. Again, what can I say? Canelo, we working. You already know that. Canelo versus Triple G it's like Warren Kovalev. It's too much controversy, too much he said, she said, and too much Adelaide Bird and this and that. No, settle it. Settle it. And the way you settle it is to fight again. Immediately. You know what I'm saying? And actually, my example was a little bit off in that regard because Manny Pacquiao, he waited like 2 to 4 years in between a lot of them Marquez rematches. Yo, how much do you make? Listen, I don't come into your job, Kmart, and ask you. The only thing I ask you is where the blue light specials. I don't come asking for your W-2s. Why would you ask? I don't get that. Like, how does that affect you? You know what I'm saying? What does what I make affect you? Some of y'all guys, some of y'all think because we family and talk boxing that y'all know me and like I owe something to you to tell my personal business to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't come in your job at Jack in the Box. Only time I ask you questions at Jack in the Box is, hey, where your restroom? Where you work? So don't come asking me no questions like that. I just want to know where the bathroom's at. You know what I'm saying? Because I got me some Yumbo Yaks with cheese and them 2 tacos, so I need to know where the bathroom's at. This nigga broke. I mean, believe that if you want. I promise you, I've been to more places than you have this year. I promise you. How many trips you been on this year? Exactly. Name the place. Where do you live and how many places you been? We could do the hate. We can go bar for bar, line for line, because y'all see where I'm at. I haven't heard Eminem's new album, Revival. See, I'm ready. I got my kombucha. I'm ready for the hate. I'm ready for the hate. Why you in another man's pockets? Exactly. Y'all, I'm broke. Cool. Please send me a super chat. I'm homeless. I'm a vagrant. I don't care about none of that type of shit. I live under a bridge. That's how you know. I'm trying to tell. See, this is deeper than boxing. I'm trying to give y'all life lessons. The people that are constantly in another man's pocket like that, you know they ain't eating. You know they ain't getting it. You know they ain't hustlers. It's just that simple. Because you wouldn't be worried about the next man deal, and that's just like who someone else, or another man's, who he's fucking, what girl he's with, what girl he went to the movies with. Like, it's not you. You're not getting to experience being in bed with that woman, so why would you care that much? Some straight up gossip girls, you know what I'm saying? That, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say I slept with Beyonce or something. Somebody like, oh, what did it feel like? How was that? Like, you don't get to experience it. So shout out to my dude Zach Morris. He said he's saved by the bell. He dropped a super chat, $2. He said, I got you. See, I'm telling you, ego army's too thick. While y'all keep counting another man's pockets, y'all remain broke and depressed. It's that simple. I'm trying to talk about Canelo and Triple G. Y'all trying, hey, how much you make, man? You're broke. All right, I'm broke. Moving on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, only dudes that are inferior and beta males would care about another man call. Like, if a girl maybe called me broke, maybe, but I don't care what a dude think. I just had to give him the work that time. But Canelo Triple G, man, it's a good fight, people. It's a real good fight. The fight needs to happen. And see, the other thing, how you know it's a good fight, is not everybody's sold. Not everyone's picking Triple G, and not everyone's picking Canelo. So you still, just like the first fight, you have people going different ways. That's it, you know what I'm saying? No, we didn't do a hot seat. We just had other men counting other men's pockets, wondering how much they make. And then when they didn't get the answer and the reply they want and got roasted, they said, oh, you broke. Okay. I told you, like Eminem said, because I am whatever you say I am. I'm broke, that's what I am. Y'all say I'm gay, I'm a bitch, whatever. Okay, I'm all that. Next. But Ego Army holding it down, baby. Y'all already know what it is. I feel like it'll go the same way. Canelo might have an edge in the rematch if he didn't gas so much. See? But see, there's people picking Triple G. Listen, in the interview, because I just did the video. So if you're in the stream, you probably, because the video, I did a separate video just talking about it. And then I'm doing a live stream immediately. So a lot of you guys haven't checked the video, but I already covered that. In the interview with the Los Angeles Times, he said, Golden Boy president Eric Gomez said, we're not even thinking about Billy Joe Saunders. So that lets you know. And my honest opinion, which I said in the video, but since you guys haven't had a chance to watch it, most of you, because I uploaded it, it was uploading while I was going live. Billy Joe Saunders, the way he looked, it probably scared Golden Boy more than anything. Not scared him in the sense of like, oh, they're just petrified of Billy Joe Saunders. But I'm telling you, I just hear me out. And if you disagree, maybe we could do a hot seat. Maybe we could hear the different people, different conversations. But the thing is, Canelo has a controversial fight with Golovkin. Fact. People felt different ways about the outcome. Fact. So you rematch him, there will be more money in the rematch. It already did good numbers and good live gates the first time. You rematch him, and then it'll do better because there's controversy behind the first fight. Second of all, Canelo just went 12 with that particular individual, Gennady Golovkin, and that style. Third, Golovkin's style, he's there to be hit. Golovkin, just like Floyd Mayweather said, Golovkin's not really in there, ain't no special effects. He punches hard, he has a chin, stuff you could visibly see, cuts off the ring well, you know what I mean? So he's not hard to, I'm not saying he's not hard to beat, but he's not hard to decipher what you're gonna get with a Golovkin fight. Saunders, on the other hand, he's been tricky because he has some performances where he does pretty well, like Andy Lee, but then he gassed a little bit in the second half of it maybe. Then he beats Willie Monroe, then he looks superb versus David Lemieux. So he's more of a wild card. And if he's in shape and doing what he did in the David Lemieux fight, then that style could be difficult for Canelo because he has slow feet. I'm not saying he would I'm not saying Billy Joe Saunders absolutely would beat Canelo, but if you looked at, there's 4 people that really gave Canelo issue of the big names that he's fought. Obviously Floyd Mayweather because he beat him, so that goes without saying. Erislandy Lara, Austin Trout was competitive minus the open scoring, and Golovkin. Those are really the 4 people that plagued Canelo. The Kirklands, the Angulo, Liam Smith, those fights, he wasn't really, Chavez, he didn't really deal with much. So if you look at those 4 people that gave him the most issue, just in general, 3 of them have a style that you would say is more of a boxer puncher, boxer mover, or that's what they used on Canelo. Erislandy Lara, southpaw. Billy Joe Saunders, southpaw. What gave Canelo the most issue? He can't cut off the ring. He can't cut off the ring. And Why are you talking about Amir Khan? He got knocked out brutally. So he got knocked out. So that doesn't matter. Edeslani Lara didn't get knocked out. Golovkin didn't get knocked out. Floyd didn't get knocked out. Austin Trout didn't get knocked out. So once again, Amir Khan is irrelevant because he got knocked out by him. I'm talking about people that Khan gave him problems with speed, and that kind of proves my point, but I'm not really using him because he was a guy coming up in weight and he got knocked out brutally. I literally seen snot come out of Khan's nose when he got knocked out with a single shot. So I'm not using him. Austin Trout, back to what I was saying. Austin Trout, southpaw, good feet, at least at that time. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather, I mean, we know Floyd got good movement. So everybody that gave Canelo real life problems that made it the distance, you know what I mean? Because Shane Mosley made it the distance, but he didn't really give Canelo hella problems like that. You know what I'm saying? So 3 of the 4 people have a style that encompasses and incorporated foot speed and athleticism and reflex and movement and a certain level of slickness. And all those fights were at 52 or 54 or 55. Billy Joe Saunders is at 160. So if you've seen what Billy Joe Saunders did with David Lemieux and you give him absolutely no shot to beat Canelo, then you don't know shit about boxing. Again, I'm not saying he absolutely would beat him because Canelo's a very good fighter. But if you looked at, he could definitely give Canelo fits. That's the bottom line. Yo, we got over 150 people in this motherfucker and we don't have 100 likes. Smash the like button. If you're into this, I'm telling you guys, the more engagement, usually the longer I go. If the engagement's not there, the comments aren't there, then I'm not going to be here because there's no need for it. So you guys have to let me know you're feeling it based on your comments, your commentary, questions, and also the likes. If you already did it, great. But I'm just saying, Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders could give him fits. That's why, in my honest opinion, Golden Boy saying that, oh, we're not even checking for Billy Joe Saunders, that's because he came off of that type of performance, and they know that'll give Canelo some issue. And he hasn't fought Billy Joe Saunders versus Triple G. He's there to be hit, and his style, I'm not saying his style is easy, but usually Canelo does better if you bring the fight to him. And on top of it, he just went 12 with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So if Canelo makes some subtle adjustments, I think he can win. He can win that fight. But Billy Joe Saunders is more of a wild card because of he's slippery. He was moving a lot. He has a good jab. I mean, he was picking his shots and he was clowning in there. So Golden Boy sees that. I mean, they're matchmakers. They have a team, they have matchmakers, and that's what it is. Billy Joe Saunders at 160, a division where Canelo has really 1.5 fights. One fight, really, because the Chavez Jr. wasn't a real fight, right? They know that style can give Canelo problems. So why not get the money fight, the rematch people want, so you have kind of a built-in reason to fight him, and he just went 12. And he went 12 with Golovkin already. And like I said, Canelo's style does better if you bring the fight to him. I haven't listened to M's new album yet. I haven't got it or anything, so I haven't heard it. I heard mixed reviews from it. Yeah, but I mean, on the good side, the only good side is, that's my opinion on why they would go to board. Like, here's another thing. If David Lemieux knocked out Billy Joe Saunders, I don't know that the Golovkin fight would be an absolute. But now they're saying it's very close. But if David Lemieux would have won that fight, then, and let's say he knocked out Billy Joe Saunders, I think they would explore that, because David Lemieux even did an interview, and he said Oscar De La Hoya said, if I beat Billy Joe Saunders, I get Canelo. So I think Golden Boy's plans got foiled a bit, because why? First of all, if you were negotiating since October for the Canelo Triple G rematch, why did you bypass the whole month of November waiting for Saunders Lemieux? Because you wanted to see how it played out. I mean, period. You wanted to see how it played out. And now the person that's with Golden Boy that got embarrassed, David Lemieux, you would have matched Canelo with him without fail, because you know he's one-dimensional. But now that he didn't win, they're just like, oh, fuck it. We'll just get that Canelo, the Golovkin situation. out of the way and make more money. I'm telling you, that's how I honestly feel. See, listen, we gonna talk about. Y'all still want to talk? You want to talk about some more middleweights, or y'all want to bounce around? Y'all care? You want to hear more about the Canelo, or you want to talk about the heavyweights? Come on, first 5 people to answer. That's what we do. Switch subjects and talk about heavyweights, or y'all want to talk about? Y'all want to talk more about Canelo and Triple G and all that? All right, more middleweights. Okay, cool. Whoever said Canelo ran, you sound stupid. Stop watching boxing. Go watch foosball or some shit. Basketball or something. Like, boxing is not for you. All that, I'm telling you, new media is smashing, and we coming. All that he ran shit is stupid as fuck. David Lemieux like, oh, that's how you want to win. Billy Joe Saunders, listen. Billy Joe Saunders' face looked clean. Like him and Tyson Fury are gonna go out on the town and try to pick up some hotties or something. You know what I mean? David Lemieux's face he had a busted nose at first. He was bleeding. He looked bewildered. He was getting dealt with in that round 7. And you have the audacity to say he was running. Like, stop. Just, you guys don't understand how dumb you make the fighter look and how dumb the fighters look saying that. Robert Guerrero got tore the fuck up by Floyd Mayweather. Almost got stopped in one of them rounds, if you really go back and watch it, right? And they got the audacity. He ran, bro. You guys like this guy? Woman beater? Ran like a chicken. Like, you ran like a chicken, bro. Like, you sound crazy. Because if you're really running, why was Floyd doing so much damage to Guerrero if he was just running? You know what I'm saying? That just sounds stupid. You guys like this woman beater? He ran, bro. Like, all that machismo, machista shit, that sounds stupid as fuck to me. Terrence Crawford dropped Postal 2-3 times, whatever the fuck it was. And, oh, he ran. Crawford, Bud didn't want to do it. When has Victor Postal been known to go toe-to-toe? What you mean Crawford ran? Why didn't Victor Postal go toe-to-toe with Matisse? Fuck out of here. See, this is how you could always catch people on their bullshit. Right? Okay, let's say Crawford ran. Crawford ran versus Victor Postal. But why did you just sit up there and duke it out with Lucas fucking Matisse? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't you just go mano-y-mano, rock'em sock'em robot style, stand in front of Matisse and just trade with him until someone gets slept? You know what I'm saying? Because you know Matisse got cracks. So Victor Postal was clinching his ass off, using his advantages, using his height. Shout out to Roy, very good comment. Antoine Douglas should have boxed Spike O'Sullivan instead of Brawl. Same concept. That's what I'm saying. And listen, all that running shit, that's why you sound stupid. Now people are saying Antoine Douglas, he needs to retire. Antoine Douglas, he's done for. Put a fork in him, right? So you rather, instead of being Crawford who dominated Postal, instead of being Mayweather who dominated Guerrero, instead of being Billy Joe who dominated Lemieux, you rather be Antoine Douglas who didn't run, but he should have ran and should have boxed because it didn't make any sense. Yeah, I heard of Bradley calling out Khan, but I'm not really interested in that unless, I mean, he's retired. He's retired, so unless there's some real news about him coming back, it's a good fight, maybe. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if it's a good fight because I don't know where Khan's been, and Bradley was doing cartwheels versus Pacquiao, and he retired, so, you know what I mean? At a point, it was a good fight, so I'm not really worried about that fight unless there's some real life developments about Bradley is serious about coming back and Khan accepts the challenge. Bradley does weird stuff. I met him, cool dude and everything, but when Pacquiao hit him, Pacquiao ain't even on the juice no more. And Bradley was doing like somersaults and shit. And like upside down looking at the camera. The camera was taking pictures of him doing cartwheels and shit. Like, why did you do all that? Like, I understand you got knocked down, but it was just weird to me. Shout out to Tampa, Florida. Yeah, that somersault shit was weird. Ruslan fight messed him up mentally. Shit, the way Ruslan was hitting. See, and that's the thing. See, Bradley's like an Antoine Douglas with better resume and more willpower and better chin and stuff like that. Like, just in the sense of he makes questionable decisions at questionable times. Jason says, "What's up with PBC? I haven't seen much of them towards the end of the year." I mean, who cares? Like, it's just that. At the end of the year, they just had a card with John Molina, Ivan Redcatch. That was a good fight. And Jesse Vargas, he broke that was his first fight with PBC. I mean, so I don't know what you mean. You haven't seen much of them. It's the end of the year. They know people have the holidays, so what are they going to compete with Cotto and Ali and force cards? They don't really have to do that. The whole thing is Showtime and PBC has been killing this whole year, and it's the holiday time. They probably know where the money's at, you know what I'm saying? So they're probably just working on their 2018 calendar. Danny Garcia versus Rios or whoever. Maybe Jamal Charlo versus Centeno Jr. Errol Spence versus Lamont Peterson, Robert Easter, Javier Fortuna. So that's what's up with them. I mean, why you're not gonna? You don't have to. You already had a good year. You don't have to force it and start competing with Kovalev, Shabransky, and you know, I mean, just for the sake of putting on a fight on the same night. Chill out, and then, you know, I mean, get your 2018 cracking. And the funny thing is, you should be asking what's up with HBO. HBO, the first half was like absent. Showtime put on so many cards, and HBO never really even responded. And then the ones that, when they did respond, it was pay-per-view. So, I mean, I don't agree with that. Canelo versus Ego, who you got? See, y'all sound stupid. Like, why is it always got to be me versus Ellie Sekback and Canelo and stuff? Like, y'all are like some little kids or some shit. Oh yeah, Ego versus The Rock. Like, why I gotta fight everybody? Like, they're weirdos. Anyway, Spence versus Peterson could be a tricky fight, but I gotta rock with Spence. Just, he has more experience at the weight. He's strong, and he got momentum. You know what I mean? They both have a little bit of inactivity since their last fight. Peterson, I was at his last fight. He fought in February on the Broner Granados card and hasn't fought since. And that was his move up to the full welterweight. And then I think Spence ain't fought since like May. So they both have a bit of inactivity. So I'm rocking with the actual welterweight and the champion. I think Spence knows Peterson from the amateurs. And see, this is the other thing is, like, whenever they sparred, how much better has Errol Spence gotten since then? Because I don't know of a time that they sparred in the last year or so. So I think a lot of when they were sparring was when Spence was at the Olympic Training Center or some shit. You know what I'm saying? And how much has transpired since that? He beat the Chris Algieri's and the Bundus badly, and then he beat Kell Brook in his backyard, stuff like that. So yeah, I gotta go with Spence on that one, because I think if anyone's like since that time, Peterson has lost to Danny Garcia, even if you dispute it. I mean, on record, he got knocked out by Matisse. So I would just say overall, Spence has probably matured and he's fresher. Peterson's been through wars too. Yeah, but he's also been knocked down by Victor Ortiz and Amir Khan. So if Amir Khan could knock you down, and I'm not saying his power was garbage at 140, but Spence can definitely put the pressure on you and break you down. Another thing is Peterson moves well, and one thing that, you know what I mean, Spence does, he's like the Mike McCallum of this generation. He's a body snatcher. So that and the jab, those are the best ways pretty much to stop a lot of movement. See, that's what David Lemieux, that's why Billy Joe Saunders made David Lemieux look so one-dimensional, because the sole things he could have done to make the fight more competitive and have a chance with all that power Lemieux has, he didn't do. David Lemieux didn't go to the body at all. You know what I mean? You gotta hit someone in the arms, hit them in the body. Even, see, listen, like, I learned from the greats like Roy Jones and stuff. Even if you're hitting arm punches and partial body shots, it's still better than nothing. It's still better than hitting air. So you have to almost, in essence, keep doing that until you can start landing some flush shots. And maybe those little partial shots add up, deplete them, slow them down a little bit, and then you can start landing and just dig to the body. Because some guys are just squirrely and they have good movement. But David Lemieux didn't do none of that. He didn't jab. He didn't do basic fundamentals. So that's what it is. Make sure y'all smash the like button. Yeah, David Lemieux, man, I said it when I was watching. I was like, man, Billy Joe got him looking amateurish. He looked like him and that, what's that Selden dude? Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Cletus looked horrible versus Ulysses or whatever his name is. Man, Hebrew Hammer. He didn't look like no damn hammer that night because he was the one getting dropped. Someone said it was a rubber mallet. Y'all cold-blooded. I'm just saying, you got to know how to... Boxing is a sweet science, man. He looked like a fucking dreidel. He didn't look like no fucking hammer. He looked super one-dimensional. And see, I hate that. Like, see, I think I don't have like one style that I like, but to me, if there's one style that gets boring when the people don't know how to use it, it's meaningless offensive fighters. You know what I mean? That shit gets boring to me. Like, I'm not talking about, like, you got to understand, like, Triple G, Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., they're mostly offensive, but they're damn good at it. You know what I'm saying? So there's still a bit of a strategy. But when I'm watching like Orlando Salido and Francisco Vargas, nobody's showing separation. Nobody's making any adjustments. Nobody's doing anything different. It gets boring as fuck to me because it's just like y'all are both doing the same thing, seeing who's breaks down first or something. You know what I mean? And it's like there's no pull away game or no, you know what I mean? It's like zombies or something. Like, I don't prefer that. I like to see, like, even like, let's say Lucas Matisse versus Ruslan Provodnikov. That fight wasn't bad because at least Lucas Matisse, see, you in fights like that, when two people have a lot of power and they respect the other person's power, then the person who can box slightly better or much better, they say fuck the power and they box. And that's what Lucas Matisse did. So he showed some separation early, but Ruslan, being tough as nails, just was still there, and he gave Matisse some problems late. You know what I'm saying? But at least I could see that separation. But when two people are just like mindlessly attacking each other, it gets boring to me. Mayweather survived. What did he survive? Ego, you don't like Mexican style? I don't believe in Mexican style because there is no Mexican style. That's some shit Abel and Golovkin came up with. There ain't no Mexican style. I watched boxing my whole life. And the way Julio Cesar Chavez fights is not the way Salvador Sanchez fights. It's not the way that Finito Lopez fought. It's not the way Canelo, Mikey Garcia fights. So all that Mexican style shit is bullshit. That's like when some people say all Mexican fighters have heart. That's not true. Not all black fighters have heart. Not all white fighters have heart. I've seen fighters from every creed and all that shit quit. You know what I mean? You can't say all Mexicans have heart, but then Victor Ortiz quit. He's Mexican, Mexican-American. Oh, you don't want to claim him? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. quit. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. quit. I could tell you the fight. So people got to stop with these, like, extreme stereotypes. Now, trust me, I watch enough boxing where I could say, like, a lot of black fighters have slickness or American style, but there's not one style. Just because you're black doesn't mean you're athletically inclined or have speed. Because I know black fighters that are slow, you know what I mean? Or don't have no defense. So there is no one of any race doing anything. James Kirkland, he don't have no slippery black Cuban style or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He fight to get knocked out or he knock you out. You know what I'm saying? So y'all got to stop with these, like, just recycling these, oh, all Mexicans have heart, all black fights. It's not like that. Yeah, Curtis Stevens, he's another person. He's not slippery in there and You know what I mean? Canelo's slicker than Curtis Stevens, to be real with you. To me. Billy Joe Saunders is slicker, is more slick than James Kirkland, Curtis Stevenson to me. You know what I'm saying? So there ain't all the one anything. You know what I mean? Canelo's #1. Well, shit. Before you appoint him that, let's see him get past Triple G effectively to the point where there's no questions. You know what I'm saying? That's a good fight, man. I personally think Canelo has more tools in his tool shed than Golovkin. Not saying Golovkin's bad. Freddie Roach, greatest trainer ever? Not to me. Maybe to y'all. Freddie Roach, listen. This is no diss on Freddie Roach, but y'all ask me these questions. Who is Freddie Roach like really just took from a spot where they were like a young kid and molded them into this great champion, like Emmanuel Stewart or something, or just took someone who was like completely broken with an element of their game and he just got them all the way right? Like, who has Freddie Roach done that to? Pacquiao was already good before he even got with Freddie Roach. He was already a good fighter. Like Ledwaba, I don't think he had Freddie Roach for that fight. I can't even say Pacquiao anyway, because Pacquiao slightly improved his right, but not really. I mean, he's still a fighter who does most of his best work with his left hand. Yeah, Pacquiao was already good by the time he got with Freddie Roach. Virgil Hunter was with Ward when Ward's dad died, when he was a kid, you know what I'm saying? And now Ward is, and I think Virgil Hunter was with Ward for the Olympics when he got gold and all that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's a guy that worked with him through all the ups and downs. Same thing with Roger and Floyd Mayweather. They had Floyd since he was, listen, if you're gonna try to throw shade, Ego knows a little bit about boxing. I know a lot about blocking. Keep throwing shade. Customato is a great example. Mike Tyson was like he wasn't refined, but I got tapes of Tyson, and Customato was giving him the game like, there it is, that's it. It's the sweet science, the art of hit, where you can hit your opponent and they can't hit you back. And that's why you watch Mike Tyson, he had that little rope, and he's just doing head movement drills for 30 minutes straight and shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to see. And for me, Freddie Roach, who's he done that? Miguel Cotto was already a good fighter. Miguel Cotto was like more than halfway through his career before he even got with Freddie Roach. He gave Floyd Mayweather a run for his money, or whatever you guys want to call it, with Pedro Diaz. So that wasn't even Freddie Roach. Go block him. Who? Who am I blocking? Nacho Beristain. See, and that's another person. Nacho Beristain had Finito Lopez and Juan Manuel Marquez. Juan Manuel Marquez is a beast, and he had him for a while, you know what I'm saying? And he had him with like all the Pacquiao fights, and you've seen obviously it cultivated and culminated to the 4th fight where he knocked out Pacquiao. So I will put Nacho up there because he's actually trained guys from the Johnny Gonzalez. He's trained him till he became a champion. Finito Lopez, Marquez, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, those are the fights. I'm not dissing Freddie Roach. I'm just saying, once again, people always disagree until it comes time to disagree. Who has Freddie Roach just really like trained? Freddie Roach had Latif Coyote. Where he at? Freddie Roach had Jean Pascal, and Kovalev was like, I must break you, and knocked him out. Freddie Roach had Glenn Tapia, and he got knocked out by James Kirkland, and then kept getting knocked out. So, like, who, you know what I'm saying? Freddie Roach had Zhao Shiming, a gold medalist, or 2-time gold medalist. What the fuck? He was in Transformers. What the fuck is he doing? He took a loss. Who's Freddie Roach just really had that just, you know what I'm saying? Who's Freddie Roach just really, like, had up? Like, schooled up? Yeah, I mean, even Lomachenko's dad, I mean, Lomachenko's still looking hard to beat. You know what I mean? There's a couple people's they should have got, like, I think Robert Guerrero should have got away from his dad, but at least Lomachenko's dad, they keep winning. So right now they have the winning recipe. So you could put him up there with a great trainer because he took his son from getting him into boxing and all that to 2 gold medals to now. "2017 Trainer of the Year, Robert Garcia." See, once again, I like Robert Garcia. Someone asked me, but he's not Trainer of the Year. Who's Robert Garcia had that won this year? Like, what are you talking about? See, y'all just say that because you like his personality and shit. You have to look at Derek James and Andre Rozier. Andre Rozier had Golovkin, or had Jacobs go up against Golovkin and arguably win that fight when he was supposed to get knocked out. And then after, he just fought Luis Cuba Arias and pitched a shutout, right? Then you look at Derek James got Errol Spence. They went overseas and beat Kell Brooks' ass, made him take a knee like Kaepernick, took his belt. Derek James had Charlo face 2 mandatories, and he knocked them both out brutally. Guys with power, Charles Hatley and Erickson Lubin. So what is, to me, I like Robert Garcia, but what has he done over that? What is who does he have that's winning? He had his brother, Mikey versus Broner, which is a good win. But, I mean, what else? What else would you put over Derek James and Andre Rozier? You know what I'm saying? Y'all just saying popular names. But Robert Garcia, he's a former fighter, so yeah. Him and Big G and stuff, they train their ass off. But I'm looking at his year. What was his year consist of, other than Mikey Garcia? Mikey had a great year, beat up Dejan Zlatican and knocked him out, and then Broner. But who else was he training? I can't even think. Abner Matas, who did he fight? Abner Matas just fought, I don't even remember, Chris Avalos or somebody. You know what I'm saying? Ronnie Shields. Anyway, I seen something about Anthony Joshua said he'll fight Tyson Fury in the summer if he's ready. Like, what happened to the Wilder fight? Like, okay, you're gonna fight Joseph Parker. Wilder's probably gonna fight Luis Ortiz. But now we're talking about Tyson Fury again. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about. Why does it seem like there's more emphasis from Eddie Hearn and Team Joshua to make this Tyson Fury fight? That seems weird to me. It seems like, not weird because I know what it's about, in my opinion. I feel like not that Tyson Fury can box, but his power is not what Wilder's power is. So it's like if you question your fighter's chin or like certain elements of his vulnerability, then you might want to put him in there with the boxer, because you know, I mean, honestly, I don't see Tyson Fury. I think Tyson Fury could beat Joshua if he outboxes him, but I don't see him really knocking out Joshua. Wilder would be probably on the contrary. If he beats Joshua, he'd probably beat him by stoppage. And again, the big thing I have with the Tyson Fury fight, yes, it's a good sized domestic fight, but the man does he even have a license? Is he in shape? Let's see him fight Cannon Briggs, Dillian White, or something. You know what I mean? Get 2 or 3 in, and then you'll be right there to, if you win, you'll be right up there to fight any of them dudes. That's my whole thing. Why are we talking about Tyson Fury and we don't even know if he's the same fighter? I was at Wilder's last fight in November. We know he's the same fighter. His confidence is growing, and we know that because we just seen him we just seen Wilder November 2017. The last time we seen Fury was November 2015. So we just seen Wilder take a guy who went 12 with him and punish him and make him do the cabbage patch and all this shit, right? Or not the Tootsie Roll. So, you know what I mean? I don't understand this fixation with Joshua and Hearn about fighting Tyson Fury until Tyson Fury does something. That, I mean, it's very simple. I mean, see, I feel I'm reasonable. You know what I mean? Like Lomachenko, I'm just saying what he is right now, a good fighter. But to put him #1 pound for pound, I don't think he has enough fights, and I want to see him up against somebody maybe we'd favor to lose, or the odds are 50-50, and he's not really fighting those fights yet. You know what I'm saying? Or in my opinion, he's not fighting the style that already beat him, with a lot of intangibles and stuff like that. So same thing with Tyson Fury. It's not that Tyson Fury can't be back in the top of the division, but he ain't fought in 2 years and he gained a lot of weight. We got to see it. Show us, Tyson. Like he's on the sidelines entertaining us, but I want to see that. I gotta see Tyson Fury as the same person. He might be, but let me see that. I told you, that's the new motto. Let me see it. Once I see it, I feel better. Like Rigondeaux versus Lomachenko. I picked Rigondeaux. No shame in my game. I was wrong, but I still got to see it. Now there's no question. Okay, size was too big. Rigondeaux didn't have the style to beat Loma's style. Now we move on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see this shit. So if Tyson Fury's the same fighter, all you have to do is take 2 fights or so, 2-3 fights. Let me see it, and then you're right back in the mix. You know what I mean? But I don't see why the Team Joshua, when you have Wilder, you got 2 people trash talking you. One's a champion and one's not. Both undefeated, but one has proven he's active and he's a threat right now. And you keep talking about the person who's trash talking you on the sidelines, who just got busted for coke, had been banned, had to deal with UCAD hearings, gained a lot of weight. You know what I'm saying? I just don't understand that logic. Again, Joshua versus Tyson Fury could be big money, could be a big fight, but the fans aren't stupid. People want to see that Tyson Fury, like Tyson Fury versus Carlos Takam. Fight him, fight Kubrat Pulev, fight Shannon Britt. You know what I mean? Fight somebody. Why would I want to see you go straight into it with the champion when you've been on the sidelines for 2 years? I mean, it's just like Rigondeaux versus Loma. You're just inviting the excuses. You know what I'm saying? Let's say Joshua fought Wilder this March and you knocked him out, what excuse could anyone make? No one could really make. They can't say, oh, Wilder was too inactive. But if Joshua knocked out Tyson Fury, then that could be like Klitschko, a guy on a long layoff, a guy that was 41. You'd be like, oh, this guy was on drugs and he hadn't fought in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So clearly, in my opinion, Tyson Fury needs a comeback fight. I want to see Joshua versus Fury first. I don't. So this is what's wrong with boxing. It's not even a bad fight, but so instead of seeing unifications, you'd rather see a guy who was on coke, hasn't fought in 2 years, fight and gained a lot of weight. It's like everything didn't go well for Tyson Fury in boxing for the span of those 2 years, or majority of it. So you would rather see that than 2 active guys, one's lean, one's in shape, 2 knockout artists. And seeing the other thing is, stylistically, Wilder versus Joshua is a better fight, because one's windmill Wilder with crazy power, that's what y'all call him, and Joshua has more technique, but people question, would he be able to take Wilder's right? They're more action stars. Tyson Fury is going to, his fight, he did his thing versus Klitschko, but in my opinion, it was a very slow-paced fight, and that fight was boring. So from all walks of life, on top of the fact that Tyson Fury's been MIA, it's like the fight, Tyson Fury is going to look to, it could be like, if Tyson Fury wins, he's going to look to win like Billy Joe Saunders did with David Lemieux. You know what I mean? Versus if Wilder wins, it's like a lion and a tiger. You got 2 similar levels of power. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's up with Tyson Fury's voice. A message for the white lifter. Like, I don't know. He's always whispering and shit now. I don't know. And Billy Joe, he beat Lemieux. And Sound like a fucking Batman. No, not everything. World. I don't know. That's why he dressed up like Batman. He want to be Batman so bad. Not everything. I must find the Joker. Why am I crazy? Because Tyson Fury sounds like a pirate now. All of a sudden, I don't remember any press conference. Arr, you best start believing in ghosts. Fucking Pirates of the Caribbean ass voice out of nowhere. Joshua Matey, I will fight you at 25 stone. Like, what the fuck happened to your voice? That's what I need to know. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. I never done drugs, so I don't know. I don't know if it fuck up your vocal cords and shit, but his voice sound wild crazy to me. Arr, a message for me weightlifter. AJ, you will pay. The fuck? That's cigarettes? I don't know. I know people have done coke, and I don't remember their voices. Like, Shelly, what's up? Arr, you ready to go to the club? Like, what's wrong with your voice and shit? I don't know. His voice sound kind of crazy, like emphysema or something. A message for the weightlifter. You always whispering and shit. Anyway, Tyson Fury, I like him. I think he's a good addition back to the division. But fight Cannon Briggs. Show you can get past a guy like him. Fight David Haye, Tony Bellew winner. Get past him. I know a lot of big guys and their voice don't sound like that. Yeah, I said yeah, champ. I think Tyson Fury legit should get 2 to 3 tune-up fights. 2 to 3. And that's up to him and his team. See, and the other thing is, I don't know if you guys heard the news. I haven't made a video about it. Tyson Fury is no longer training with his uncle. He switched trainers. So that's already another thing that you have to potentially acclimate to. Because this trainer might have you doing some way different things. You know what I mean? You might have to get your styles to jail and shit. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think he should take 2 or 3. You got a new trainer. You've been on the sidelines. Gained weight. Take 2 or 3. That's the thing. He said he won't even get forced into tough fights before he's ready. That's true. That's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't understand Team Joshua's position to keep mentioning him. I'm sure they will fight at some point, but that fight's not going nowhere. Let the man come back. See, that's why it seems like Team Joshua kind of wants to fight him at this advantage, or at this disadvantage to him. You know what I'm saying? Where he hasn't fought in 2 years. You know what I mean? Oh, take one fight and then fight us. You know what I mean? Because they're talking about the summer. He shouldn't do that. So hopefully he's smart enough, him and his team, to not be forced, like he said. Warren said he wants 2 to 3 fights, tune-up fights for Fury. Exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Team Joshua. Listen, that's, again, matchmaking and strategy. Eddie Hearn and Joshua, they know right now he might be right for the picking. Ain't fought in 2 years, could have some cobwebs, ring rust, and he gained a lot of weight. You know what I mean? Beat up on his body or something and hit him with some body shots. Then now you can be like, oh, I beat Tyson Fury. But they don't want to let him necessarily get back to where he was before by taking some tune-ups and get back strong, get your confidence back. You know what I mean? They're trying to catch him right now. I mean, this goes on in boxing. You know how many boxers I know, and they get a call, they didn't get no calls, and they get a call to fight somebody, and they gotta, if they accept the fight, they gotta fight the person in 2 weeks and just be ready. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what it feels like, because you have a healthy Wilder, got his hand surgery, coming off an active knockout. He had 2 fights this year, undefeated Gerald Washington, set the record straight with Bermain Stavern, top knockout of the year. He's calling you out, and you're talking about possibly fighting Fury, who said, I'm not going to be rushed, and his promoter saying he needs 2 to 3. So, Let that man come back how he wants to. And then that fight will come, I'm sure, in due time. Stavern is an old man. Listen, y'all keep coming up with excuses. Alexander Povetkin was supposed to fight Stavern, and then he failed a drug test, right? He just fought a guy named Christian Hammer, who's not even really that great. I don't think he's a former champion of any worldwide belt, and he just went 12 rounds in a boring fight. So if Stavern and Povetkin would have fought, there's no guarantee that this version of Povetkin would have knocked out Bermane Stavern. And even if he did, I doubt he would do it in the first round. So all that old Stavern was old, that's bullshit. You're making excuses. Tony Bellew has to get past David Haye. I mean, I guess it's a good tune-up. I feel like I admire Tony Bellew's like courage, but I think he's kind of like pushing it because I don't think he's a true heavyweight. He was beefing with Deontay Wilder and arguing with him and stuff. I don't see that fight going well for him. You know what I mean? I don't even know if David Haye gets really healthy and doesn't break down the fight, that's a dangerous fight for him. And then on top of that, even if you somehow get past David Haye, Tyson Fury's fucking big. There's an old picture of Tyson Fury and Tony Bellew standing next to each other. And I mean, this wasn't when Bellew was at heavyweight, but still, he looked a lot smaller. Oh, Povetkin's promoter definitely got bread. Don't get that twisted. He definitely got deep pockets. Canelo beats him in the rematch. We're gonna find out. It looks like they're getting very close. But yeah, I mean, this is a good look because if Canelo fought David Lemieux, or even if he fights Billy Joe Saunders, even though those fights are dangerous, then people are gonna some people are gonna automatically say it's because he don't want to fight Triple G. So you might as well just get the Triple G rematch out the way, clear the air with that, and then finish your career. But I've always been a fan of big, immediate rematches needing to happening. Do you think both Canelo and Triple G were hesitant in spurts in their fight? Yeah. But I would say Triple G was more hesitant overall. Like he had Canelo in what has been his sweet spot, pinning someone on the ropes, and he didn't really take advantage like he did. Like guys like Macklin and stuff, he acted like there was no level of worry or fear about Macklin. Like Macklin can't do shit to me. You know what I mean? And it's just like bulldog them people. Rubio has good cracks, but Rubio missed weight and stuff. There was no fear from Golovkin. But when he had Canelo, he was very respectful on how he wanted to approach the situation. Like I watch a lot of nature videos and stuff. You ever see where they're like, there's like a growling dog, or let's say they have to like tranquilize a mountain lion or something, and then or a snake, you know what I mean, get a snake in a bag. They're looking about how they're gonna approach the situation because they don't want a snake to, you know what I mean, lunge out and like strike them. They don't want the mountain lion to pounce on them, so they're very cautious. That's what Golovkin was with Canelo. Very cautious on how he wanted to come at Canelo. But then at the end of the day, I think towards the end, Golovkin, he started going for broke. I think Golovkin has heart, you know what I'm saying? So he started going for broke a bit more, and then he started trying to attack Canelo more on the ropes. So I'm just anxious to see who makes the best defenses. I mean, the best adjustments, I'm sorry. Canelo moved backwards? Who cares? Ugh. You standing there with Golovkin. Everybody wants to say what they would and wouldn't do. Golovkin's a puncher. He's aggressive. You're supposed to not see like I said. Some of you guys are like, I know you guys like boxing, but you're not real boxing heads because you don't talk like boxing heads. You talk like basically if you were the trainer and your fighter was doing what you're asking them to do, they would have a short shelf life because they would be brain dead and on stretchers and shit, and they'd be getting knocked the fuck out. You know what I mean? If fighters did all that, oh yeah, slug it out with Golovkin, all that shit, your fighters would be getting stretched up by Golovkin too. It's not your job to make it easy on your opponent. You know what I'm saying? It's not no arcade game or something where you're gonna take what Golovkin does absolutely best and give him that, and give him the style that he actually does the best with. Golovkin don't want to have to deal with some Canelo upper body movement. So you want Canelo to not use upper body movement and then just like, you know, it's funny because as a kid, I'm still a huge fan of the Rocky movies. You know what I mean? Just because they're classics. But the Rocky movies, if you really look at it from a boxing fan perspective, they're fake as fuck. The choreography, like you have, first of all, you have a big ass 6'5" Drago, I must break you, die, and all this shit, right? Rocky looks hella small next to him, and they're virtually taking turns. Like Drago's and hitting him with like straight 1-2. I can't do it because I have both my hands. And then like hitting him on, chopping him on the body, and then Rocky's like, yeah, come on. And then after Drago releases 8 hellish shots, Rocky's still standing. And then he's like, yeah, my turn. And then he starts backing up Drago. That's not how boxing really works. I mean, some maybe individual fights, some of them are like that, but that shit fake as fuck. First of all, in the real world, Apollo Creed probably would have beat Rocky's ass in every fight that they fought. He would have won all of them. Drago probably would have beat Rocky's ass because he's too big, you know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna get a my turn if you got a 6'5", 240-pound Drago. And then you just eating this shit. Like, come on, man. But that's the dumb shit. That's why I say people like that, you're not really boxing fans. If you really expect that dumb shit, just stand in front of Golovkin, and he's just supposed to eat all that. Like, come on, man. Y'all expect that movie choreography shit. Like, who is the master? I am. Bruce Lee got his ass whipped and almost damn near got drowned. And then he comes out all refreshed. I am. And then all of a sudden he starts whipping Shonuff's ass. You know what I mean? These are movies. He's like, remember when Shonuff his little energy, his glows start running out? Who is the master? I am. Hey, man. Yo, who the fuck is Kovalev talking about trying to fight? Who is that? Igor? Yes, Master Urang. Who the fuck is Igor? Like, real shit. Like, somebody let me know who Igor Milhahakin is. Like, Igor, really? Who is Igor Milhahakin? Someone says sounds like a Disney character. Who is Igor Milhahakin? Listen, new media is fucking you boys up. Luckily, nobody's really getting out of line. Hit that like button, people. Make sure y'all smash that like button. But luckily, we don't really have Someone said Macaulay Culkin. Y'all tripping. Listen, this is what new media keeps exposing, man. It keeps exposing the bullshit. Like, I really have people in my comment section. I have popular boxing revenue streams, or whatever you want to call it, on Instagram, YouTube, etc., Facebook, and people have audacity to criticize. Oh yeah, why is Errol Spence fighting Lamont Peterson, right? Then they're like, Terrence Crawford versus Jeff Horn is a mismatch. They really criticize these things. So, and then Sergey Kovalev is talking about fighting Igor Mikhalkin, who in a stacked light heavyweight division, I swear to you, I have never heard of this dude. I'm not even being funny. I've never heard of this. I'm not aware of the Igor Mikhalkin or whatever, right? I really have not heard of him. Unless it just evades my mind. I don't remember hearing anything about him. And he's in a stacked division, right? And those same people, now all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, get your money, Kovalev. What? Like, you guys realize that Kovalev is a champion again, because Ward retired. They petitioned and asked to have the vacant belt put up for grabs in the Shabransky fight. Shabransky got tore out the frame by Kovalev, so Kovalev is back a champion, and his first title defense is Igor Mikhalkin. Like, really? Jeff Horn could fight Gary Corcoran, another little-known person who lost by stoppage one of his last 3 fights. And we have the audacity, well, not we, but they have the audacity to criticize Terrence Crawford, right? We're going to talk about Mikey Garcia because he's in the same, it's really a lot of PBC people, to be honest. But we're going to really criticize Errol Spence for being ducked, and then he settles for Lamont Peterson. Still a good fighter and still a name, you know what I mean? Fucking Crawford is moving up from 140 to 147, moving up in weight to fight a known puncher, a guy who's supposed to pack a punch. And it looks like everything from Team Horn looks like they're trying to potentially dodge the fight. Oh, we want $4 to $5 million, and he's not a big name. We don't like his interviews. He's your mandatory. What are you talking about? You don't like his interviews. Who cares? I don't like Dominic Way's interviews, and Triple G still fought him because he was his mandatory. Like, what are we really saying? You know what I mean? And then they're, oh man, Crawford, this is a mismatch. You're mad at Crawford for moving up in weight, his first fight, fighting a champion with punching power, and he's running towards the fight. And if anything, it looks like Jeff Horn and his team are maybe at the very least having second thoughts on it. But then Kovalev could fight Igor Mikhalkin. And it's not even like Triple G. Triple G, I don't think Triple G's resume before Kell Brook was all too great. But he was fighting at least top 10, top 15 guys in the middleweight division. The only thing is it wasn't stacked. Meanwhile, Kovalev, your division is stacked. You are in a stacked division. Better Biev, that could be a great amateur rematch. Sullivan Barrera. You have Joe Smith Jr., even though he's lost, he's still a good fighter. You have Dimitri Bivol. You have Vodstick, right? I just named 5 people off the top of my head. Anthony Yard, you know what I mean? And you talking about fighting Igor Mikhalkin. You know what I'm saying? So it's just crazy. Crazy how these double standards work. And how certain fighters, even Mikey Garcia, he's fighting with Al Heyman, which a lot of these same motherfuckers seem to conveniently hate Al Heyman and PBC and be highly critical. Oh, this is bullshit. Why is Mikey fighting Sergey Lipinets? He didn't look great in his last fight. But guess what? They still gave him the win, and he's still a champion. And guess what? Mikey Garcia, where he's a champion at lightweight 135, he's still moving up to face this dude. And the guy has a 77% knockout ratio. It's not the same. Sergey Kovalev versus Igor. Kovalev is the puncher. I looked at the guy. He has like 21 to 23 fights, and he only has 9 knockouts. And this is the crusher. You know what I mean? And I told you guys back then, this is why you guys are getting exterminated little by little, one by one. I said all that bullshit about Andre Ward, the low blows, and Tony Weeks ruined it. Why is Kovalev fighting a tailor-made Shabransky who got stopped by Sullivan Barrera, and now it looks like he's fighting an Igor Mikhalkin who nobody really knows? If the only reason you lost to Andre Ward is because he low-blowed you and cheated, like they said, then why is his level of competition dramatically declined since Andre Ward, right? Why are you getting another trainer and beefing with your old trainer? Do you know what I'm saying? If the only reason, like the fans said, that he lost was because of Tony Weeks and because of low blows pushed him out of the fight or whatever, then why is the crusher fighting this level of competition after, and he's a champion again? I told you, man, this was not going to be a good year for y'all, and neither is 2018. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Like, you're a champion. Your first title defense is Igor. You know what I mean? Like, just look at what people say, man. They hate PBC. Al Heyman is king of mismatches, but Errol Spence in his first title defense, off a bit of a layoff, right, is fighting a name like Lamont Peterson, right? Kovalev, and he's a champion again, which he's already been a champion before, but he's again a champion. His first title defense is likely against Igor Mikhalkin, right? But Al Heyman is the one with the cherry picks and the mismatches, right? So why is Errol Spence, in most people's eyes, who hasn't been a champion, and this is his first title defense, why is he fighting a guy like Lamont Peterson in his first title defense? You know what I mean? Sergey Lipinets, why is he fighting against Mikey Garcia in his first title defense? Mikey's first title defense at 35, he didn't even stay at 35. He went to 40 and fought Broner. But Al Heyman is the one putting on the mismatches. Meanwhile, Jeff Horn's first title defense, he fought Gary Corcoran. And Kovalev's likely to fight Igor Mikhalkin. Who is that? I told you, this is why it's not good for y'all. Because y'all say this stuff, and it always comes back to haunt you. Oh yeah, but Al Heyman. Okay, Al Heyman's not with Kovalev, and Kovalev is fighting Igor. Listen, I don't even know one person named Igor in life, let alone a fighter named Igor. Name another fighter named Igor. Fighter named Igor. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know no Igors. And I damn near don't know no Igor Mikhalkin. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kovalev, why did he fight Marcus Brown? That's a good fight. And Marcus Brown, I thought he lost the fight to that Kajagaz guy or whatever. The guy had a real hard name to pronounce. I thought he lost that fight. It was on the Errol Spence Chris Algieri card. See, I know my shit off the top of the head. You know what I mean? But since then, at least he has 2 good knockouts back to back. Fight him. I don't know about this. The double standards run rampant in this bitch. You have the audacity to get mad at Errol Spence for fighting Lamont Peterson in his first title defense. Never been a champion. Kovalev's been a champion before. And you make bullshit excuses why he lost to Ward. Oh, it was the low blows. That's the only reason. Ward cheated, man. So why is he fighting Shabransky, who Sullivan Barrera, who Ward beat, and Ward beat Kovalev, right? Why is he fighting Shabransky, who's not too many fights removed from that loss? Why is he fighting Igor? You know what I'm saying? It's just not adding up, people. Ego, who would you like to see if Spence fights next if he gets past Lamont Peterson? Danny Garcia, Porter, or Crawford? All those are good options, but listen, I'm a realistic person. I'm not going to hold it against if he's calling for those fights and no one steps up to the plate, then he's just gonna have to keep fighting people like a Peterson. Fight Keith Thurman. I mean, Keith Thurman doesn't look like he want no smoke. So if he can't get one of the big dogs, then I guess fight like a Luis Collazo or somebody. Fight the guy that, I mean, just fight whoever. The guy that just knocked out Diego Chavez. I mean, just to stay busy. If he can't get the big fights, just stay busy. Jesse Vargas, any of those. But he should be gunning for the big names. You know what I mean? Man, Amir Khan, I don't think Khan would fight him. I've never once heard Khan ever express any interest in wanting to fight Errol Spence. Yeah, I seen Ryan Garcia's last fight. He fractured his hand. Matisse, I wouldn't mind if Matisse beats this Thai guy he's about to fight, who's supposed to be a big puncher. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Errol Spence versus Lucas Matisse, to be honest. Yeah, Jesse called out Spence and like Keith Thurman and other people. I give him props, but I mean, I don't really see him beating those guys. But props for at least. See, it's sad, man. It's sad that guys like what's the name? He's not even. I guess he's a true welterweight now, but he just doesn't. To me, he doesn't seem like a true welterweight. Like, you know what I mean? He's like, he doesn't have that many fights to me in major wins at welterweight. But I mean, like I said, at least he's calling the people out. Yeah, he just won against Herrera, but Brandon Rios knocked that guy out. Or somebody just fought him recently and beat him. Is what fight official? You have to use specifics. Saddam Ali versus Kell Brook is an excellent fight. I called for that the day after the day Saddam Ali won. Kell Brook already has another fight. He's fighting something Rabies or Rabchenko or some shit. So get past that tune-up. If he looks good, then that's a nice fight. So this is a nice chill stream. No trolls or hot seats. Yeah, it's been chill. We haven't really had to worry about nothing. I'm actually about to get off of here. I got some stuff to do. I just wanted to talk about Canelo Triple G is very close, according to Golden Boy. It's not official. But they also said we're not looking at Billy Joe Saunders. So, I mean, put that for who else are they? And I doubt Canelo fights Jacobs next or Charlo, so it looks like it's going to go down. So, it would be May. Cinco de Canelo. Yeah, man, we had a nice little chill stream. Make sure we get a couple more likes. Try to get to over 200. We like I said, we got to drive out the hate. A lot of people don't like Ego Army, New Media, the way we killing it, but they can't disagree with it. So all they do is hate. You know what I'm saying? So we got to combat the hate and the haters. I just do live chats when I feel it, when I got time, when I feel it. So sometimes I'm on the road covering the fight and I'm in the hotel. Yeah, man, New Media. I told y'all, Death Row East, believe in it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We had some real good engagement, chill stream. Check the video if you want more on the Canelo Triple G, very close fight. That's up on the page. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, bell icon, all that. We working. Hats coming. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want that boxing ego work? Y'all could be in the club like with that boxing ego hat gang, ego army, ego mafia. We are the mob, money on top of boxing. Thurman wants no action. Yeah, it looks like he doesn't really want no smoke. Yo, we're 4 likes away from 200. Hit that like button. Hopefully we get there. And tune into the next stream, people. Hit that like button so you know when it's at. Peace out.